Good morning, viewers. This is the now streaming morning show coming to you live from Advent Cable Network Nigerian Television from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. No tribes and tongue may differ. In brotherhood, we stand. And this is the call of so many other Nigerians out there, that though tribes and tongue may differ, we also put together in one direction with strength, with focus and unity. I am your anchor for this morning, and I am Boluwatife Adegboye. And with me in the studio, to my left, we have
Femi Ogundare. Good morning, Boluwatife.
Good morning. You look very great this morning.
Thank you so much. As a married man. Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. And also we have in the studio with me
Princess Clement. Good morning, Bolu. Good morning, the man that is looking like the Senate ADC or PA. Or which one will I put you this morning? Now you look awesome.
No, you look like
I
all
just-
these politician in the National Assembly.
That is the point.
I just look like them, but I'm apolitical.
Good morning, viewers. It's Friday, and we are hoping to have an amazing weekend. I hope you stay through with us. Let's discuss.
All right, this is another TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, another day. Now, we all begin to round up our chores, our various works, and clear our desk in our various offices to go for the weekend. And we'll be doing justice to some trending stories that happened over the course of the last 24 hours. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the headlines that came in this morning. And to do that, we will say ladies first. So let's have
Okay.
Princess do that.
All right, thank you very much, Bolu. I'll begin with the Punch newspaper. Above the masthead, 2027, Jonathan Obi hold closed door meeting. Oh, you will find this on page 30. I pray that the meeting will be to the favor of Nigerians. I pray to be a fruitful meeting. Oh, it's a fruitful meeting.
Let's hope. Yeah.
Page 14, INEC shortlist 14 new party applicants, disqualifies 157. And the major story says, Nupeng, Dangote clash as Nigerian Union as tanker drivers deal collapses. You find this on page 27. Dangote refinery says union membership not compulsory as Nupeng, Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, ponders fresh strike. Marketers urge adherence to Memorandum of Understanding. Nigeria Labour Congress warns refinery against agreement breach. Okay, these are all trade unions that represent the interest of all workers. We pray that there will be more good news. And the last I'll be taking on the Punch newspaper this morning is court summons Mark orders over ADC leadership tussle. I think we have a break on this. You can get the Punch newspaper to read more of the stories making round this morning. Over to you.
All right, thank you. We'll go very quickly to Femi Ogundare
All right,
this morning.
now to the Vanguard newspaper. Let's look at the major story. World Cup. S Eagles demand NFF board quits if Nigeria fails to qualify. The kickers, entire NFF board must go, says Mikel Obi. Olize blames Super Eagles' poor run on foreign coach. And all that we can find on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. And beside the picture story, we have Ghana receives Nigerian West African deported by U.S. With Ghana president is a very good man and very receptive. He was able to receive the deportees from U.S. who are Nigerians. That is on page 6 of the Vanguard. And Dangote Nupeng Bikahova alleged breach of path reached at DSS headquarters. That is on page 27 of the Vanguard. And of course, lastly, we have the bottom line straight, citing interest of justice. Appeal court asked Chief Registrar to sell escrow crude belonging to GHL, Konoy NNPC in FPSO Tamara Tokini. And that is on page 9 of the Vanguard. Of course, that's all we have from the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, thank you very much, Femi. We'll be looking at the Guardian newspaper this morning. And the lead story on the Guardian newspaper says open defecation crisis worsens as Nigeria struggle against the 2030 sanitation target. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And above the masthead, we have INEC reject 257 applications, clears ADA and 13 others for registration. That story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have banks, FMCG customers stop FCC PCs, 9,091 complaints and 10 billion naira recovery. That story is on page 16 of the Guardian newspaper. Implementation of the 2025 budget begins in September, says federal government. That story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. And below the masthead, we have Lagos activates Ebola response system as DRC Congo battles outbreak. And also below that, we have the kickers that says appeal court orders chief registrar to confiscate crude oil on board FPSO Tamara Tokini. That story is on page 27 of the Guardian newspaper. And viewers, you can grab any of the copy of these newspapers to get more details and stories about all that we have actually read out this morning. And we want to encourage you to actually get one so that you can stay abreast of the latest hot gist and breaking news across the country this morning. And we will dive into the main topic for this morning. And I would want us to discuss a matter that touches the life of every Nigerian. The cost of petroleum since the commencement of the removal of the fuel subsidy, as we all know it, has actually affected every nook and cranny of Nigeria and the livelihood of every Nigerian. The back end to this story started from year 2007 when the then President Olusegun Obasanjo announced the removal of fuel subsidy, and it was reversed by the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, and petroleum price was taken back to 65 naira. And in year 2012, we had the then President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan making the removal of the fuel subsidy in year 2012, and there was mass protests across the nation that forced the then administration to reverse it. And in year 2023, during the build-up to the general election and also the budget for year 2023, we had the administration of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari refusing to make budgetary allocation for fuel subsidy with effect from the 1st of June 2023, leaving Nigeria in limbo to battle with complete fuel subsidy removal that this administration has had to move on with. But many Nigerians had not been aware of this situation, and the challenge with it is that it looks like there were no mitigations, there were no shocks absorber put in place to help Nigerians to be able to stay afloat the impacts and the ripple effect of the hike of PMS in the country. And we will be looking at this vis-a-vis the fact that recently Dangote Refinery PLC spoke about the importation of about 4,000 trucks, CNG trucks, to help with the delivery of its own primary metal spirits, PMS, as Nigeria will popularly call it, petrol. Now, when you have all of these things, having 4,000 CNG, Nupeng are of the opinion that should Dangote go ahead with this, it would affect so many things. And with the insistence of Dangote Refinery talking about no union membership in his organization, we are looking at the future of monopoly. We are looking at the power to hire and fire without any recourse to any organization. And this we are going to be looking at in full details. Femi Munare, what do you make of this?
I thank you so much, Bolatife. A few days ago, I came here to speak on this same issue of Nupeng and Dangote fight, if I may say. Dangote said he's not going to allow his drivers to join Nupeng as a union, and reason being that the Nupeng will now seize that opportunity to get at him. They've been looking for how to get at Dangote. I'm quoting him verbatim now. That look at MRIs, the fuel station, and of course his refinery. They are selling at a cheaper rate compared to other petrol stations. And Dangote is saying that he is not after monopoly of market. At variance to what was said by the Nupeng and probably some marketers. Dangote is looking and running after being the only one supplying Nigeria. That's a monopoly in the market space. But now, Dangote said, okay, he's going to oblige that his drivers join Nupeng. And they've joined. And that was what is happening. They came and they reached a consensus. At that meeting, we have the DSS director. At that meeting, we had Dan Tata, the cousin of Dangote, was there. That's Junior. He was there. The meeting held and they reached a compromise. But on Wednesday, they said some tankers, old tankers, it's not even new one, old tankers came to the refinery and they were asked to remove the sticker of Nupeng from their truck. That it was even Dan Tata, the cousin of Dangote, that insisted that the sticker of Nupeng be removed. And the university is not our agreement. You said they will join Nupeng. Why are we going to remove our sticker to load PMS? And another thing is that the new 4,000 CNG trucks drivers will now work independently. They will not be part. So some will be part, some will not be part. So I don't know. What I want to say is that it is an indirect slavery to me, that if you have workers under you and you deny them the privilege to join union, because to me union is another way where our voices can be heard if we are just changed or being cheated. But then if they are not joined, if they are not given the privilege to join union, they will not have a voice to fight for themselves. I want to say, as much as we want to compare and plead that Dangote keep to the agreement, I want to also say to the marketers that the masses are at the receiving end. Things are hard. Cost of living is something else. The marketers, as much as they want them to join Nupeng, should also consider the masses. But what if some marketers are not considerate? They are not.
All right, talking about not being considerate, and I think I'll be coming to you, Princess, now. Talking about some of these marketers not being considerate, we have, according to the Trade Union Act, specifically Section 12, subsection 4, it states, membership of a trade union by employees shall be voluntary, and no employee shall be forced to join any trade union or be victimized for refusing to join or remain a member. That's on one side. Now we are looking at Dangote Refinery, Dangote PLC, as a private organization, as an individual. And we are having situations where Nupeng itself as a body, as an organization, is trying to force itself down the throats of some staffs or the staffs of Dangote PLC. What do you make of this? Don't you think this is an ultra bias against the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
They are forcing or Dangote is not allowing?
I'm coming. I will come back to you. So don't you think this is an ultra bias against the Trade Union Act I just read out?
All right, Bolu, if you ask me fervently, I will say that this is going to bring disunity in the progress of the activities that will be carried out by Dangote and his organization. A lot has been said. I've been hearing a lot of comments like, he wants to have a monopoly of all the transactions, all the business, whatever in Nigeria. He wants to dominate the government because he has been the one helping the government in one way or the other. He has been financing a lot of their activities. And I put it to Dangote that if you really want to work well, there is power in unity. The trade we are talking about here, workers' union, is to ensure that there is progress and harmony in everything that is being done in an organization. And for you to stand because you think you've made it, you've made the name, you have all it takes, there is nobody that can stand you, you are one man mopo. I put it to you that you are not doing the right thing. I put it to you that you are not considering those that are working with you. Because if we say everybody to his own, every man to his own tent, it's going to affect a lot of things. Just like every other organization, if you don't work in unity, there will be problem. There will be conflict. And where there is conflict, there will be no progress because everybody will have one thing or the other that they think, okay, this is my own point of interest. There will not be unity in whatever they will be doing. So to me, it's not the right way.
All right, thank you very much. Viewers, remember you can be part of the show by calling the number showing on your screen or sending in your comment via our various social media handles are also showing on your screen. You know, talking about membership, membership, join, don't join, and all. I want to make reference to something I think in about year 2013, if my record serves me right. There was an issue of a particular driver who was maltreated or being maltreated, said allegedly by the organization. And here you have Nupeng going on strike nationwide because of the misdemeanor of just a singular organization. Do you think that is one of the things that Dangote is actually trying to prevent? Don't you think he's trying to stand against things like that? Because I think, or I feel, that what happens in Zamfara should not necessarily affect every other part of the country. If an organization in Zamfara maltreats their staffs, I think the Nupeng branch in Zamfara should be the one going on strike, and it should have nothing to do with the entire country. Don't you think this is one of the things that Dangote is actually trying to stand against? Femi?
As much as we are not in support of this monopoly of market in petroleum space when it comes to the part of Dangote. I want to tell you, we know ourselves in this country. I'm not saying they should not join union. We are journalists. We cannot be deprived the privilege of joining the NUJ. Right? This facility cannot. But one thing I'm scared of, now Nigerians should please nip it on the bud, is that people can start, these marketers can start to use that one to get at Dangote. Any small thing, they go on strike. Any small thing,
yes,
they
exactly.
go on strike. That's number one. Number two is that if Dangote tomorrow wakes up and say, okay, I want to lower the price of petrol, fuel. People, I'm serious, they will counter him because marketers want to see how to bring him in and now hold him by hand so that he will not have control over his own refinery. I'm telling you.
I believe this is one of the things he is trying to fight against. As this is business. When you get to the business field, business is business. No friend, no foe.
And it's a private organization.
Private organization. And that's why I'm concerned that if you have a refinery and you've seen some of the activities and maybe partial shenanigans of some of these unions, would you also want your staff to be part of them?
No, not really. But there is an extent where there are factors that should be put in place.
Okay.
Yes, that is my belief. It's just like when you have a house and there is a breakage in the house, you don't need to allow the breakage to continue to expand. You find a way to pack it up. So things like that, if there is something that should be done, I believe Dangote can have a way of making this thing more palatable, like more reasonable than just exempting in totality. Okay, I don't want my workers to be part of this. It will invite more enemies. It will attract more enemies.
Can I ask?
But if you own a refinery, what would be your own take in this matter?
You don't understand. This thing that is happening to Dangote is relative.
Okay.
Because the situation we are in Nigeria, we have three refineries.
Okay.
How many are working? I'm asking Bolu Atife. And what has led to the deteriorating condition of these refineries? Some people are behind it, siphoning funds, extortion, impunity. So Dangote don't want to fall into that web.
But how about working together? Since he thinks he knows it more than every other
Can
person,
I ask you,
how
Bolu
about
Atife, do you know
working
that
together?
before this issue of join Nupeng or don't join Nupeng came up, marketers have been hungry. They refused to buy petrol from
Dangote.
And
Yes.
they went outside.
That's true.
What do you think is there? They've been looking for every means to get at this man.
Are they also
You understand?
but don't you think they're also trying to protect their interest? Because when all of these issues started, before now, nobody knew that Nupeng can be this
Strong.
This effective. Nobody thought.
When it came to when that's come to personal interest now, they are
exactly. But beyond all of this, in the interest of the union, the interest of Dangote, the interest of the staffs, the interest of Nigeria. President, do you think at the center of this thing is the interest of Nigeria? It's just the interest of the individuals that are involved in this fight?
For real, it's the interest of the individuals involved, because if it's for the Nigerian as a nation,
yes.
Definitely they will not go this route. They'll find a way to harmonize. And because I believe in unity, I believe in collaboration. I don't believe in I can do it all alone. By the time you bring your idea, you bring your own, I bring my own, we'll be able to build a substantial or valuable standard. But the way things are going, what is the benefit of Nigeria? Of a Nigerian? What is our benefit in all this? Because they are just trying to put asunder to everything that should be working, and to this presidency that we are saying is not working. That is how we'll continue to battle until his tenure will elapse, and we'll go back to square one. We'll start all over again. We'll start battling again. Who will come in again to come and balance the situation? Peter Obi is already having meetings here and there. He wants to come in, and yes, now it's one of our major story this morning. He wants to come in and make things work. But with all this, he will come and start from square one again. Instead of at least those on board now should be able to build the foundation. If at all they can do it, they should work together. That is my take. They should work together to ensure
because
that
of time,
there is peace and harmony first, and the interest of everybody is considered.
Okay, Femi, in 1 minute.
I want to say.
In 1 minute.
You have not answered me. I want you to, in your mind of mind, as a true Nigerian,
okay,
that before the issue of Nupeng and Dangote, the inception of that of the takeoff of that refinery has been a major problem to marketers, or to some marketers. Why are they now holding on to this strike? They've tried every means to get at him and to no avail. But now, why are they now using this? I'm asking you.
I see that we have a divided house here already, because you are for Dangote, you are fighting your
I'm
best.
not for Dangote, I'm for Nigeria.
No, I think the interest of Nigerians
you understand?
Our common interest, not personalities.
Because Dangote is selling at a cheaper rate, that's my own concern. So and some marketers are saying no. Tell me any fuel station in this Nigeria now that is selling at a cheaper rate than MRS.
Just hold your thought process. Okay. I think viewers, in all of these things, what we should actually be very considerate about, we should be after, is the interest of Nigeria. Because if we look at it holistically, I think every Nigerian will definitely want to go the route of cheaper prices.
Yes!
Cheaper prices.
Because we don't even have the money yet.
That's the Dangote now.
Now,
but then why I said you are for Dangote.
I want to read.
You see, you're for Dangote.
I want to read the Labour Act. Now, the Labour Act of year 2004 says this act supports voluntary nature of union membership, emphasizing the rights of employees to collective bargaining and association. But now you have a situation where Nupeng is trying to force itself down the throat of these employees of Dangote PLC. Because if the labor law, the trade union act says membership of any association should be voluntary, Princess, are you not worried that this is happening at this point in time? Are you not worried?
It's worrisome.
It's worrisome,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Viewers, remember you can also call in to send in your comment, to send in your thoughts as we move on the issue. And now, away from petroleum, PMS, Dangote, Nupeng, and all that, I also want us to talk about something that touches every aspect of Nigeria. Now looking at House of Rep reopens probe into Tinubu's education loan NEL fund over infraction. Now, this Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, as it's been called, now it's another opportunity, or is a platform where students can actually have access to loans to be able to pay for their school fees, to also be able to get monthly upkeep. And over the last couple of months, we've had it has been said that over 25,000 Nigerian students have benefited from this across the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the FCT included. But now the House of Reps is calling for is saying that there is an infraction. Do you think it's coming at a good time for us to be able to look at this and probe this matter?
All right. Thank you, Bolu Atufe. As of 6th of August, Professor Paul Sunday, the House of Rep member representing Enugu East Isi Uzo Federal Constituency, said that the sum of 86.3 billion naira has been disbursed to 366,247 students. Again, sum of 86.3 billion naira has been disbursed to 366,247 students. And now, 47.6 billion naira to tuition, while 38.7 billion to upkeeps. And now, when he went to his constituency to have meeting with them, they said they've not seen money. The students said they are not privileged to access this, and is the chairman committee of this loan scheme. That was where the problem happened. 6th of August, he went to his constituency, and some people said, personally, I can say I've not seen a single student who has come to say he or she has been given a privileged access to such a loan. And the whole sum of 86.3 billion naira has been disbursed. Not will be, has been disbursed. And now the House of Rep members are saying there are infractions. I want to say to them, if they have been able to locate or see that there are infractions, they should also probe into it, and probe into it very well. Let us know those who are collecting this money. Let us know those who have received these loans. I hope it is not, or they are not ghost students. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Princess, your thought on that?
Of course, this issue of educational loan, it's important because we know it will relieve the students of unnecessary stress. Like some of us, those days we have to go to school, then in the evening hours we use it to do sales in order to at least meet up with some purchase, especially handouts. Handouts are sold in schools, and these days, in fact, it's becoming a way of making money for some lecturers. It may not be in all the schools. So you can imagine what is happening if we say the loan is of advantage. I'm not disputing that fact. Is it actually reaching everybody? The coverage limit is inevitable because a lot of students are not even in locations where the money will get to them. Some of them are not well informed. It depends on the government, the local government, or the states where they are disbursing the money. But my major concern in all this is even about the pressure that will be mounted on those students. Yes, it's a loan, and I know it's a loan with interest. I don't know if I'm saying the
Princess, I'm sorry, I'm not cutting you.
Facts.
I'm not cutting you.
Let me just
What
land.
is happening is that people have not received loan.
Let me land. Some people said they have received.
Yes.
Some said they have received. I don't know any of them. I'm not part of those sharing, or I don't know anything. I don't know the sharing formulas. But then I know some people said they have received. And if truly they have received, these students still have a problem. Me, I'm not saying they shouldn't give loan, but giving loan with interest is my own pain. It's my own headache. You're giving students that don't have money. Anybody that is going for loan don't have money. They don't have money. If they have the money, they won't go for the loan. That is the truth. Now you give me loan and you expect me to pay. What is the possibility that when it's time to pay, there won't be pressure mounted on these students? And is there a job awaiting these students? Like most graduates don't even have a good job. And for those that even have a job, they don't have a good paid job. Job that can take care of your basic needs. That is the truth. Which we are not ready to discuss. Okay, if you've been given loan and peradventure you come out of school, I don't know the duration again. What is the duration of the?
I don't know.
2 years after school.
2 years after school.
After NYC.
After NYC.
Yes.
Even the NYC money that has been paid, I've had a lot of young persons complaining the money is not enough. Why? Transport fare is taking a lot of money from where they are serving their what they call it again, a place of assignment. The transport from their house to the place is taking a lot of money. Are you talking of the food they are eating before they will go for the service for that period of 1 year? The money they will make at the end of the 1 year will not be, I don't know, for those that may save, if there is they have the power to save, they may not have anything less to give back.
Are you saying that it should not be grant instead of no?
Yes, please. It shouldn't be loan. Nigerian government, please stop pressuring young people. They don't have the capacity to pay the loan back at that limited period of 2 years. If I will beg the federal government, if I will beg the president himself, please, if you want to help young people, why not just help these young persons? You have all it takes. You're spending in billions, in trillions. You're flying out and in of the country every now and then. These are poor children coming up. They want to make ends meet. Adding loan pressure to them is not what I think is good. I don't know if your own thoughts is the same or you have something else.
Thank you very much, Princess. This NEL fund, we need to put this thing in perspective. Now, some of the key allegations is that students at Usman Danfodio University accuse the school management of manipulating their online portals to embezzle NEL fund loan funds. Now, the challenge.
The fund or funds? The
funds. Yes.
That means they are not receiving it.
Now it means
some are not receiving. I've said it
now,
before.
Now, from the story, it means NEL fund is giving money to the schools directly.
Okay.
But the school
not
management,
directly.
But the school management are playing
Hanky panky.
Hanky panky. Yeah, they are dribbling the students. I think something similar also happened at the University of Lagos also with their portal. You know, many of these schools they have online portals where you pay school fees and all that. Now, where you have some students just wake up to see that their school fees has been cleared, then another day they wake up to see that there are still some fees that are yet
to be made.
To be paid. Now that led the SUG governing council in University of Lagos to go on a protest and all that until the intervention of the Honourable Minister for Education and the DG of NEL Fund, that is Minister of Education Tuji Alausa and the DG of NEL Fund, to do where it took their intervention to be able to see that what exactly is happening. Now, is this not worrisome that ASU is calling for full university autonomy, and yet now they're having funds.
That they don't even have the full autonomy yet.
Now they are getting funds from NEL Fund, and there is hanky-panky and mismanagement of funds. Are you not worried? Are you not bothered?
I'm worried. Seriously pet up that if the government have not granted autonomy, and this is happening, when there is autonomy, what will happen? It's worrisome that any fund released to the students should be released to them by their school authorities. The vice chancellor should see to it that every kobo should be given to the appropriate quarters. Doing this will further sabotage what they are probably asking for, the university autonomy. Because now that it has not been granted, this impunity is happening, much more if it's granted. So it is worrisome. It is seriously worrisome.
Princess, are you disturbed?
Of course I am, because like I stated earlier on, we have had issues where some say they have collected the money, quite sure, but for
But
those
do you
that
know
are
one
having
person that's collected?
complications-
Do you know one person?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
That is why I say I don't have the facts. But for some of them that said they've not collected, in fact, they don't even know if there is anything like that. I think it's administrative
I want
challenge.
to tell you, Boluwase,
It's
do you know
administrative
Nigerians?
challenge.
If anybody has collected this fund, I know Nigerians. They will have come on social media to come and say, I have. They will do video.
Well,
I've not seen one.
But we've seen videos online, surfaced online.
I've not seen one.
Okay. Now I'm
I've
telling
not
you.
seen
That is why I don't want us to
now,
generalize it.
we are not
I've not- I
generalizing.
said I've
I'm
not
just
seen
trying
one.
to
have
Femi
have
Udari,
been
I've not
paid.
seen one.
You can do your research, because as
Yeah,
it is now,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
you've not done your research.
Have you seen one?
So do your
I've seen
research.
one.
There are
I've seen
videos.
one. Have you
seen one?
Yes, there are videos.
No, nah.
I don't have
I've
them
seen
now
one.
to play,
I-
but then
Boluwase,
I can
I've
go
seen
back
one.
and still
One,
get
Abi.
Yes, at least
evidence.
I've seen one.
One.
Yes.
In our next show, I'm
out
going
of
to present my evidence.
366,000,
I'm coming.
247 students.
I'm coming. Let's take a chill pill. Now, when I say I have seen one, and I'm talking, I think, and that was actually what gave me an idea of what happened at the University of Lagos. A student of
Okay.
Unilag, who no, I think as at the last conversation I had with that student, at about over 2,000 students in University of Lagos had benefited from this.
That is
But
it.
this particular student said some students are actually even getting is it pocket money or what will I call
Upkeep.
it now? Upkeep,
Upkeep.
yeah, of 20,000 on a monthly basis.
Extra, okay.
Though, you know, the Nigerian system, I hope one day, someday, we will go above some of these challenges. I don't want to call it challenges,
That
but
is why I
we
say
need
it's
to start
administrative
putting
challenge,
ourselves,
yes.
setting ourselves up that you will get the 20,000 naira this month. The next month,
You won't get it.
you won't get it.
Somebody must have.
And Nel Fund would say they've also paid for
That same
this
month.
Yes,
that
of
same
course.
month. And maybe the following month you get, and it has been an on and off issue. Now, this is giving managerial lapses, administrative challenges. At what point do you think we will ever get go beyond this as a country?
Until we deal with our conscience. These things are happening across all organizations.
In Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria. A lot of persons that are seated on those seats, on those big seats, are not ready to be accountable. And if there is no accountability, there is no way you can be fair in your dealings in any office that you have been put in. One thing Nigerians must know is accountability is key. If you are being given something to do, be accountable, be sincere, be genuine. Don't do it because, okay, I have all the power to do this, so I will do it as much as I can to benefit myself. And some will even push it to their children, to their unborn children. If you have been given opportunity to serve humanity, please do it with your conscience.
All right, thank you very much. So, viewers, you have it there. The Nel Fund issue, the forth, the back and forth, the wahala, the hanky-panky and everything. And because it's still on education, that moves us to the next topic. You know, and before we talk about that, I don't know how many persons can actually relate to either this song or these lyrics. Our seniors are going to leave us wherever they may go. May the Lord be with them. And, you know, I cannot remember the complete lyrics again. Now, and we are talking about the graduation party, the end of the year party that we have in various schools. You have somebody leaving playgroup, a child leaving playgroup, that is PG, going to kindergarten during graduation. You have a child from KG2 going to nursery 1, still going through graduation. You have a child going from nursery to basic doing graduation. You have a child going from basic 6 to basic 7, still doing graduation. Basic 9 to, you know, to senior secondary, still doing graduation. And you look at it, the endless parties for graduation is everywhere. The chaos is everywhere. And the huge amount of money that is being gotten from parents every academic session is also alarming and is beginning to eat the roof. And this is not to talk about the number of textbooks you have to buy at the beginning of every session. And we are having Ogun State government coming in here banning extravagant graduation parties. But before we go into that process, did you do the KG2 to nursery 2 to nursery 1 graduation and nursery 2 to primary 1 graduation and all that? Did you do that?
While I would say is a as an educationist is a form of socialization.
Okay.
Yes, where the children learn to socialize at such level too. But I'm not saying I'm going to promote this. I'm not promoting it because of the pains that of financial issues that parents are going through as it is now, is a universal case. So I will not say I enjoy that. I didn't do that when I was growing up. Yes, that is the truth. My graduation started from primary 6.
Oh, you missed such a
sweet socialization opportunity, right? But I am socializing now and socializing well, so I don't think I missed those.
So Femi, did you do that?
It's not socialization. Let me put it straight.
It is.
But did you do that?
It is. It is.
Did you
It is a form of
do the
My own
graduation
personal-
from
my own
These
from
children
KG2
enjoy it. That is the truth.
to nursery
Except for the
two?
fact that we have financial issues across
I
all.
want to
all,
say my
all
for my own
areas of
part.
our lives
Okay,
now.
Princess, from my own part,
so let's hear Femi out.
it is an high level of extortion and insensitivity
No.
to the time that we are in.
Okay.
The only graduation that we will have advised, because of the time we are in, even then that Nigeria is still better. I did from secondary school out to secondary school, SS3. I not even doing GS3. I did from primary 5 because I graduated from when I was in primary 5. I did when I was in primary 5. Of course, I did when I was in SS3 going out. Not even in GS3. But you know today, there's high level of insensitivity that
From
somebody
group to kindergarten to nursery.
KG to this one. Hope you are aware that I'm an educationist. In fact, head of a school of this Anglican church, this Abuja diocese. I was appointed by the former primate before I went to seminary school. All these things we consider. We don't put people into unnecessary pressure. There's what we call swimming pool day, and you'll be looking for money to go and buy trunk. There's another one that we call a book party. Another one we call a jumping something. I'm serious. Parents are feeling it, and they are now speaking up. I want to ask you, Bulatife and Princess, you have 4 kids, and in different schools. This one say, I want to do swimming pool day. Go and buy a trunk. I want to do this one. And may I tell you something? People sponsoring this is because they have what they are gaining. They are getting. I'm serious. I will tell you that I've been head of a school.
But
People are getting things from them.
but remember, this is business. This is business.
If we keep doing this thing, it will sabotage the education value system in the country. Do you know that now everybody on let me tell you something. If you are not aware, on graduation day, we are only aware that if you are the best in mathematics, they will give you prize. Best in English, they will give you prize. But do you know that even if you are 36 in a class, they will give everybody award. The most handsome, the most beautiful. When has that one crept into our system? I want to ask you, the tallest, the most humorous, and this one, you know, all those things, they are not adding to us as much as it is whatever it is you call it, an art of socializing with themselves. But is it adding to the system?
Adding. I put it to you that it is
okay,
adding.
Princess.
Let me talk about this.
Okay.
Do you know that every child that is being celebrated have that
Sorry,
motivation?
hold your
to
thoughts.
come
We have a
back?
caller. We have a caller.
All right.
All right. Go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The anchor, the co-anchor,
Thank
and
you.
your,
Good
should
morning.
I say, semi guest in the studio.
You're welcome.
I want to sincerely appreciate everyone. And we started from the newspaper headlines on you thought the matter that I myself, I don't know if I would say that I've been looking for an opportunity to air my view on the issue of Dangote and Nigerian business. Permit me to make it the statement that we have two presidents in this country, and Dangote is number 1. And why is he the number 1 president? It's because of the fact that the other segment of this country, called the federal government, they have successfully allowed Dangote, by virtue of the peanuts he gives to support them. Now Dangote has climbed the affairs of this nation, and the federal government cannot do anything. So whether Nupeng or Dangote is dragging to be a member of the staff union or whatsoever, I want you to see it that they cannot do Dangote anything. So long Dangote pledged with NNPC when this refinery was being set up, so that they will look for a way, so that we will be purchasing the crude, the raw crude, at that lowest rate, so that Nigeria will be okay. No, federal government, Nupeng and NNPC, all of them, they saw a way of trying to make back what Dangote has been making, but you cannot do it anymore. What are you going to say about a man who has successfully taken the fact that no other cement country? Do you know the fight between Dangote and Nupeng as a trade back? No, you cannot do anything. The Calabar coastal road you think they are doing is because of Dangote refinery. They got there and they are stopped. They cannot go again. You can't do anything again. Moving away from there, I want to talk about the next topic you guys were discussing. You talked about the school, the
graduation
loan,
parties.
the student loan.
Okay.
I want you to see Nigeria. Anybody that is at the helm of any office in Nigeria has seen a good opportunity to make government. So long this person can gather two people as a testimony, as an example of those who have benefited from this so-called student loan, every other money you are disbursing, they are going there. They are going to their personal pocket. My cry and pity is for those who have submitted their names to have applied, whether online, whether offline, in this particular so-called loan scam. Do you know the reason? The reason is because your name is being used to siphon this money. So when you graduate, you will come back to pay a particular money you never saw, you never benefited from. That is what is going to happen. And so the earlier Tinubu, who thinks that he is the best president in Nigeria, it's better for him to come back from wherever he has gone to, thinking that he has gone to rest. He has not gone to rest. He's just over there thinking that we don't know what. In fact, we are talking about student loans. Where Tinubu is making way of replacing Yakub Mahmoud. He is making way to replace that, so that he will come back and still finish this country. He will still replace him with another Yoruba man, and so that everything will go well with him. They are talking about what do you call graduation. For me, I see that is another way. It is their business. It is their true business. The way they would, anything they would do to get back their money. The reason why you are hearing this cry, the whole news, is because some schools who cannot measure up, they will still milk the parents, and then in the so-called graduation, they will not give to the students, to the children, what they ought to give them. Whereby you see a parent paying as much as 50,000 for graduation, and at the end of everything, the children will just eat rice, drink mineral. The rest of the money.
All right.
And that is why they have come to cry and say they will stop it. It is not. There's nothing like social for your quote-unquote saying socialization. There is no atom of socialization there. All of them are just competition, and all of them are just putting pressure on the so-called parents. And the Nigerian economy is dying, and the school system is not even helping us.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Eze. Thank you very
so
much, Mr. Eze. Viewers, remember that the views and opinion that are shared by the callers and all, no, it's just strictly theirs and not the opinion of Advent Cable Network Nigerian Television. Thank you very much. You were saying something in 60 seconds.
Yes, please. While I want to beg that I'm not against the point you raised that schools may be using this to raise money for themselves.
To siphon funds.
But then there is a fact I want us to take home from this. It is important for us to know that every achievement needs to be celebrated. In as much as we are against overspending or unnecessary expenses on parents, the fact is these children need to be celebrated. They need motivation. We also need to allow them to bond socially. That is the truth, because the more they do these parties, this celebration is an outdoor program. It's scheduled for children to mingle and to play or have fun. If you restrict them to only classroom activities, it will not do much good than necessary. So please, we'll only ask that the school authorities should just try and balance this, because the reason why students are there is to learn. While they are learning, having fun is also very important for their mental health.
All right, thank you very much. And as we begin to wind up, on a lighter note, and it's not just on a lighter note, but something very serious, and I hope we will be able to share our thoughts in about 90 seconds each. And talking about Delta Governor Sheriff imposes dress code on civil servants, bans braided hair, artificial nails, and others. I would have actually loved to start with you, Femi Ogundare, but then I think I'm seeing very fine braids on Princess Eddie this morning, so I think you want to say something about that.
Okay, thank you very much on that. I saw the news, the story making round on dress code. I think there is nothing wrong with that, because we are not talking about the moderate one. For some civil workers, they have lost it in terms of dressing appropriately to their places of work. You see somebody going to the office on bathroom slippers, and you'll be wondering, are we still okay? Are we still in business? Are we still doing what we ought to do? Because even farmers sometimes package themselves, and you will be walking to where you earn and you put on bathroom slippers. Why? You will see some of them putting on, like for men, you asked me to talk about myself as a lady, but let me just brush on that. You see some men having heavy haircuts, hair, bushy hair. That is what the description is on the story, and then I accept that, because you can't be going to your office and be looking like I don't want to use a dirty word now, but then it is what it is. You can't be looking so dirty and tattered to your office. And the fact that as a lady we love braiding, it depends on the kind of braiding you are putting on, you're wearing. Like for me, I don't wear excessive braids.
Okay.
The way I look this morning, if I can ask my honorable colleagues here, I don't think I am looking somehow crazy. My braids are well packed and clean.
You are not looking bad. You look very sharp.
That is what it is. Thank you.
Thank God I didn't come with a bag. Since you are looking takeaway, you just take it as a souvenir. Femi Ogundare, your thoughts.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's good as civil servants to dress modesty and to dress.
But don't you think they are trying to gag them?
I won't say that they are trying to gag them. I would say that probably the governor, the way he's going about it, is just telling them that as civil servants, let us dress very well. It is a civil and official environment.
Yes.
We should not dress as if we are rogues. We should not dress as if we are maybe pepper sellers, with all due respect to that. We should dress as decent citizens that we are. Of course, we are working in an official environment. For example now, as a priest, you can't go to the altar dressed shabbily and minister Holy Eucharist to the people. It's not possible. The dressing is very important. And don't forget, lastly, the way you dress affects your reception. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Princess, in 15 seconds, your final thoughts.
All right, I still want to add to the fact that if you dress well, you yourself, you will love your carriage. If you are well dressed, you coordinate yourself better than when you dress tattered. So it is an encouragement. If you ask me, even though we know we will be asking for wardrobe allowances to help us balance this from our authorities. Meanwhile, viewers, I want to encourage everybody, whatever is worth doing is worth doing. Well, please, in whatever way you can present your activities day by day, ensure you are doing the best out of it, and protect your mental wellness, because whatever that affects your mental wellness will affect your general productivity part time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Femi.
I want to seize this platform to speak to the president of the country that as the current and incumbent INEC chairman begin to wind up his tenure as the chairman of INEC, I want to plead that he should follow the rule of law in appointing the next chairman. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. Nigerians, we've heard it all. Wherever we find ourselves, we should dress the way we want to be addressed. And I'm talking about, the cloud that is beginning to gather for the appointment of the new INEC chairman. In whatsoever this administration is looking at, we should look at equity, fairness, justice, and lastly, to put the interests of Nigerians first. And that is the much you can take on the show this morning. Thank you very much, Princess, for being here.
Thank
Femi
you,
Ogundare,
Bolu.
thank you very much.
Thank
It's a
you
delight
for
being
having
here.
me.
You know, Femi looks very good.
Yes.
You know, he's dressed the way he wants to be addressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking like those in the Senate House.
That is what I am
So
Hallelujah.
let me believe after this show you will send some prayer point to my email also.
Okay. I saw what you did there. Okay,
All right,
okay.
thank you very much. Viewers, I remain your hardcore Boluwatife Adigboye. Bye for now.